Hello and welcome. My name is Sunshine, the project manager, Sunshine Resources. Welcome to our tutorial series on how to build website with HTML and CSS. And this is the 23rd tutorial in the series. In the last tutorial, we learned how we can change parameters like the border around the text or an element on a web page. Today we'll go a little bit further to look at how we can also affect a change on the margin around an element on a web page. And before we proceed, let me let you know that the margin is the area outside the border or outside the padding of an element, and that is the area that surrounds the entire element. And so today we're going to see how we can effect some changes around such element. Now we have some parameters already. Header 1, we're dealing with header 1, very bold header. And then now let's see how we can change some of the parameters like the margin. Now let me remove all this one and just write margin hyphen, and let me put 1 px, and let me save and refresh to see what we have around these elements. Now let's refresh. Here you can see that the margin has reduced. The margin has reduced. The margin around this element, how are you, has reduced. Now, let me add some parameters. Let me add some few parameters to it. For example, let me say margin top hyphen top. Let's leave it at 10 pixels. Px. Let me copy this and paste it here. Okay, now I have 4 margins. The first one is margin top, 10 pixels. The second one is margin top. Let me leave it at also 10 pixels. The third one, sorry, the second one is margin not top, bottom. Let's leave it at 10 pixels. Then the third one is margin right. Also, let's leave it at 10 pixels. And let's see margin left. The last one is margin left. Also, let's leave it at 10 pixels. Let's add semicolon here. Add semicolon here. Add semicolon here. Now let's refresh to see what we have done here. Actually, we have effected some changes here, but it may not be noticeable. Let's go back to the script. Let's change it to maybe 40. Let's leave it at margin right. Let's change it to 40 and see. Let's save to refresh. Let's save and refresh to see what we have done. Okay, it has increased also. Now let me take it to let's put it at 20. Save and refresh. It's keep increasing indeed in the right direction. Now let me go back again. I just want to show you some things. This margin top, let's leave it at, or margin bottom, let's leave it at, let me change it to 40 pixels. Let's save and refresh. Seems like nothing is happening. Let me change this margin left. Let's leave it at 20. Let's save and refresh. You can see it has tilted to the left. So just want to show you how you can effect changes on surroundings or areas around your element. The areas around your element. All right, the next thing we'll talk about is the width and the height of an element. Now we're going to remove all this one. Let's remove all these parameters. Okay, now let's say the width 350. Let's use 350, and let's say height 100 px, semicolon. Now let's save and refresh to see what we have done. Okay, you can see this. Obviously this is what we have done. The height 100 pixels and the width 350 pixels. So let's save it. Let's leave this width at 100 px. Let's save to see what we have done. You can see that. So this is what I'm trying to show you. You can use height. Let's go back and change it to, you can use the width, height to adjust the area or element around your text. Now let's leave this one at 200 px. Let's leave this one at 150 px. Let's save and refresh to see what we have done. Wow, so that's what we have done. So this is how you can effect changes around the element or the surrounding of your element, how you can affect or make changes to the parameters around the surrounding of your element using width and height. You can also use margin top, margin bottom, margin right, and margin left to effect changes around your element. Now let me use this. Let me try this margin again. Let me remove this one and use margin. For example, let's write margin top. Let's leave it at 10 px. Margin bottom, also let's leave it at maybe 20 px. Put a semicolon here. Now margin right, let's leave it at 10 pixels also. Now margin left, I'll leave it at 30 px. Now let's save and refresh to see what we have done. Okay, now alright, we've come to the end of today's tutorial. Thank you very much for watching. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thank you very much for watching.